Welcome to Talks Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is April the 30th, 2025. Finally, we're almost at the end of this dang month. It takes forever. My tablet is being stupid right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got some NXT to talk about. Before we get to that, we got some 2K25, ladies and gentlemen. We got a patch for the countouts for matches that's not supposed to be countouts. I tried a underground match because I had a problem with that. There was no countouts. We did a fatal 4-way. I did a fatal 4-way, and there was no countouts. But I was looking at Reddit. I have a Reddit for 2K25 because some people talk about the bugs that I don't know about. Looks like they didn't fix every match. Last Man Standing match still has the bug. And somebody said there was a tag, if you could put a no DQ tag team badge, it still has it. I don't know what type of no DQ tag team match you're putting, Extreme Rules or a tornado tag. If you put in a tornado tag, I think there will be, I don't think there's supposed to be countouts, isn't there? I don't think so. But there's still a bug. I hope 2K fixes that because some people played Last Man Standing matches in their universe mode. I don't really play Last Man Standing matches. I have an underground show, so it gets annoying with me when I get counted out when I do an underground match. But every other match, I don't really do very much. I don't do a casket match. I don't do an ambulance match. I don't do all these crazy matches only if I want to. Like, if I want to make the rivalry get more personal, that's only when I do that. When I make those matches. But it's only on Universe mode. It's not on Exhibition. It's not on my faction. It's not on my GM. I don't think so. Nobody complain about it. I don't play my GM, so I have no idea, but 2K needs to try to fix that up, man. Maybe there will be another patch today, because normally every time they do a patch, a DLC comes out. Because right now, everybody's waiting for the WrestleMania 41 DLC, but we don't know when it's coming out. It's not like the others that we know when they're coming out with the wrestlers. The WrestleMania 41 pack should be coming out after WrestleMania. WrestleMania is 2 weeks away, 2 weeks over. So we should be getting that DLC pack soon. I'm hoping it's today, and it's a patch that they just put the arena in, because if you had to install it like the other DLCs, it's kind of dumb because you're just installing a arena. Like the Saturday Night's Main Event, it was just patched in. It was just patched. So, just patch in the WrestleMania 41. I know there's going to be a new Superstar Persona card from my faction that will be in there. But that's just one Superstar. And the main event of WrestleMania. Something like that. For my faction as well. I don't know what that means. But something. But we will see something. I'm hoping it's going to be today, because we're getting closer to the very first DLC for the wrestlers. Motor City Machine Guns, Julia, Stephanie McCurry, and the celebrity guest. I'm hoping it's not somebody I already downloaded, because I had to delete them and and then I had to delete that person, and then wait for this DLC comes in. They did not reveal who this celebrity guest person is. It could be a TNA star. It could be a regular celebrity that doesn't wrestle. I'm hoping it's a TNA star. They put Abyss in there. That I believe there's like 3 celebrity guests. They could put 3 TNA stars. Come on, man. Celebrity guests for me, I think it's just, it feels like it's a TNA thing because it's a guess. TNA stars was a guess. And they're like celebrities, right? NBA stars is NBA stars. I don't think that's TNA stars. That's NBA stars. So I hope 2K fixes their problem here with Last Man Standing match. I already tested it out. It still counts you out. And the weird part is that when you're trying to knock somebody out outside the ring in a last man standing match, what is the referee trying to count? The knockout or the count outs? I have no idea because he has a count 10 for the knockout and count 10 for the count out. What is he counting out? Are you going to lose because of the count out, or he's going to lose from the knockout? Oh man. I'm happy that they fixed the ladder matches because I do Money in the Bank ladder match and it screwed my Money in the Bank ladder match. I had to do a Battle Royal for my Money in the Bank because Xavier Woods won the Money in the Bank by winning a count-out. Shinsuke got counted out and Xavier Woods got the win. And then I did a Battle Royal. I did a Women's Battle Royal as well. It didn't feel right, but I had to get a Money in the Bank briefcase somehow. Get a Money in the Bank winner. I couldn't do a ladder match because it was countouts. And then I tested it out today, this morning, and there was no countouts. So I'm happy for that. They fixed the ladder match. But I'm done my Money in the Bank stuff. So thank God they fixed it, because after I do the first year of 2K Universe mode, and I go back to Money in the Bank, and it's fixed. So that's good. I don't know any other matches. I don't know Elimination Chamber has it, because that's another match that I'm supposed to have countouts. You're technically outside the ring when you're on the metal parts, but we don't know what this game really wants to do. Will it do countouts? I have no idea. Nobody really complained about Elimination Chamber. I only saw one person complain about Last Man Standing match and a tag team no DQ. I haven't tried that. I could try it. I will try a tornado tag. That's supposed to be a no countouts. I think. And I believe I'm going to try Extreme Rules because I know that's a no disqualification. Because they just said a no DQ tag team match. I don't know what. Because right now, what I noticed, on 2K25, you can't correct matches. So, I'm upset with that. Because I like to do... I have an old school, and I have a Survivor Series. And I like to do the old school Survivor Series traditional elimination tag team match. And I can't do that. I'm upset. But, ladies and gentlemen, we got some NXT to talk about. We are getting closer to the DLCs for 2K25. The people that I really want, Morty St. Machine Guns, Julia, and Stephanie McCurr, and hoping we get a good celebrity guest. I'm hoping it's a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, we got NXT to talk about. We got a couple of segments to talk about here. We have, well, ladies and gentlemen, the sad news. Noam Dar makes his return last week. And, ladies and gentlemen, he had reunited with the Metaphor. But Last Legend told Noam Dar that we all have our own thing since you were gone. That Ora Mensa is killing it at Evolve. Dragon Jackson needs to show her shine because she always been in a tag team match, and now she should be a singles wrestler. And Last Legend wants to lash out. So, ladies and gentlemen, they just broke up. They go in their separate ways. While Noam Dar is the Heritage Cup winner, the champion, and now they're all in separate ways. That's sad. That's not the only breakup we saw. I'll tell you guys more about that. We had the Tony D'Angelo segment. We have Tony D'Angelo confronting Stax, but Stax wasn't there. Tony D'Angelo had a lot of things to say about their past and what Stax was all about when he was a kid in the school and all that stuff. He didn't care that he wants to play anytime. He doesn't care if it's in the school. He doesn't care if it was in the streets and all that stuff. Tony D'Angelo he got stabbed in the back, and then he called out Stax. Stax didn't show up into the ring. He showed up on the Tron outside. And he had a whole bunch of things, and he told Tony D'Angelo, you don't know who to trust in your family. You put Rizzo in hiding. You don't know where Luca is and all that stuff. And he had his little mafia guys on the apron. The guys that's not wrestlers. And he says, you don't know who you could trust in your family. Tony D'Angelo looked at those guys. They said, no, it's not us. And then a whole bunch of security guards showed up. And then they started attacking Tony D'Angelo. And it was the Evolve guys. I remember that Knox guy. Draco Knox, something like that. I remember that Evolve guy. He was the one got freaking almost got a belly to belly over the top rope. Oh man. But what's going to happen between those two? We have no idea. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry got invited to be in NXT from Shawn Michaels because what happened at Rebellion? Joe Hendry got attacked by Trick Williams at Rebellion, and Joe Hendry is pissed. Joe Hendry says he's an entertainer, but don't forget, I will be serious. And he called out Trick Williams. He said a whole bunch of things before that, and then he calls out Trick Williams, but the Dark State comes out and attacks Joe Hendry. The Dark State attacks him and got rid of him. But we heard that there will be a 6-man tag team match between Joe Hendry teaming up with the NXT Tag Team Champions, Hank and Tank, and the Dark State. And then we have, ladies and gentlemen, Trick Williams has something to say. He won't stop saying Joe because he thinks he's going to appear. And Vince Joseph was happy because he said Joe, the beginning of the show, he said Joe, and Joe Hendry appeared. He was happy. He said he did it. I called him, and he showed up. But, okay. We had Trick Williams coming out, and he said a whole bunch of Joe. He did not appear because Joe just got beat up. And Trick Williams says he doesn't care about Joe Hendry. He cares about what he said last week. He wants his title back. And he wants it very, very soon. Abel came out and she said that, Trick, you're not just getting a title shot like you did in Stand and Deliver. You're not just getting a title shot. You had to earn it. What Abel means by that, there's going to be a 25-man Battle Royal. And whoever wins this Battle Royal will face Obafemi for the NXT Championship at Battleground. And ladies and gentlemen, Myers Bourne told us there will be Evolve superstars in there, TNA stars, and people from LFG. If you don't know what that is, it's like a training show that's on Sundays with The Undertaker, Mickey James, Booker T, and Bubba Ray Dudley are training these superstars to be part of WWE. Some of these superstars are already in Evolve and NXT, but they're trying to get better when they're on this show. So I saw the Dark State guy, one of the guys, I always forget their names. I think all of them are there, except for Dion Lennox, something like that. But yeah, there's going to be Evolve guys. I saw, they showed a picture of the people that will be in it. I saw Timothy Thatcher will be in it. This is the first time we see Timothy Thatcher back in an NXT ring. That's going to be interesting. And who's the TNA stars that's going to be in this match? It's not going to be Joe Hendry because he has a 6-man tag team match with teaming up with Hank and Tank versus Dark State. He wants to get his hands on those guys because he got attacked by those guys. But who's the TNA stars that's going to be in this? Myles Bourne wants to be in it, but everybody's asking, what will Charlie Dempsey say? But Myles Bourne says, screws what he has to say. I'm going to be in the Battle Royal. Davion wants to be in the Battle Royal, but he's still a little scared of what Charlie Dempsey will say. Because Charlie's getting a little upset because Myles Bourne teamed up with Javon Evans last week. So, let's see what happens with those guys. No quarter to Cat's Crew. Ladies and gentlemen, next match, we had our first match for the North American Championship. Ricky Saints defends his title against Lexus King. It was a pretty decent match, not bad, but the winner of that match was Ricky Saints, retains his title. We had Sol Ruka versus Carmen, and Adonis is the one that gave her this match, made this match happen. And then this guy is so pushy and so demanding. It's not really helping, right? It's not really helping. Because when he said if Carmen wins, we get our title shots. How's it your title shot when it's women's North American title, not your title? And during the match, before the match even started, when Sol Ruca gave Zara the championship, Zara was staring at the championship like she wants it. Is Zarya going to betray Sol Ruca sometime? I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, we have Sol Ruca versus Carmen. And it was a pretty okay match, but the winner of that match, Sol Ruca. And then you see Adonis not happy and telling Carmen, you messed up, blah, 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 and all that stuff. Carmen was trying to walk away, but Adonis wouldn't stop stopping her. So she had to do one thing to make him stop. Kick him in the head. And ladies and gentlemen, is this the end of the relationship between Carmen and Adonis? She tried her best to get Adonis to be with her, and now Adonis is ruining it. Oh, man, poor Adonis. And then we have Hagen Tang versus Josh Briggs and the Pro Wrestling Noah guy. I still don't know his name. For the NXT Tag Team titles, because remember that guilt trick he did with Ava. So I'm leaving NXT to go to Japan. It's going to be my very last couple of weeks. Because I don't know when he's leaving, because he's in the Battle Royal as well. I don't know when he's leaving, but he did a guilt trick saying that Josh Briggs wants the tag team titles and I didn't give it to him. So they got this match. Well, the winner of that match was Hagen Tang because the Pro Wrestling Noah guy accidentally hit Josh Briggs while he was trying to do a scoop slam onto Hagen Tang. And when he was spinning, he accidentally made one of the Hagen Tang guys kick Josh Briggs when he was trying to do a move. And that's how they did it. Hagen Tang won the match. Is Josh Briggs going to attack this Pro Wrestling Noah guy? Because he looks pissed when he was getting really upset. And you see the Pro Wrestling Noah guy trying to apologize. Sorry that I did this. But, yeah. I don't know what's happening there. Well, Io has her problems with Roxanne Perez and Julia on Monday Night Raw. So she came to their turf on NXT. Oh, God, I got the burps. And issue a challenge, a tag team match, boy. But she didn't have a partner. Ava asked Io, do you have a partner? She said, not yet. But the Juggernaut came to the office and said she will team up with Io Sky because that's the only way that Jordan Grace could get herself another title shot. And it looks like Roxanne and Julia is having a partnership. I don't know how this thing happened, but we have a partnership between Julia and Roxanne Perez. When I get the DLC, I'm going to get Sammy McCurr and Julia as a tag team. I did that last year when I downloaded them, put them as a tag team. I'm going to do it again because I think we're going to have the babyface Julia, not the heel Julia that we have now. And then we're going to get the babyface in the DLC. So, I want that tag team. That's what I want. If you guys want to help me out, because I want to get some TNA stars to be on my NXT, just TNA, because I want to feel like it's TNA and WWE's partnership. I got a couple of people. I want some knockouts, because mostly all these women in NXT, I might not make them win the NXT Women's Championship. I have Masha in my head. I got Tessa Blanchard. I would love to see Tessa Blanchard show up in NXT someday. That would be cool. That would be cool. She teamed up with NXT stars like Cora Jade, Fatal Influence. But I want to see her come to the NXT arena. Or go for the NXT Women's Championship. That I want to see. I want to see Tessa Blanchard in there. I know a lot of people hate her, but she's still good in the ring, man. She's still good. I enjoy watching her. But she done some things that people don't like. But you can't say she's not good in the ring. She's still good, okay? So, yeah. What was I talking about? The main event. But if you guys want to help me to find out who I want to download on 2K25, who's a good competitor, from TNA to face Roxanne for the NXT Women's Championship? Give me some ideas. I got Masha in my head and Tessa. And Joe Hendry is. I don't care if it's knockouts or the men's, but I want some good knockouts that actually could get a shot at the NXT Women's Championship. I even have a show called NXT Immunity. I will put them in there too. I already have the system, so you guys don't have to say the system. I got Joe Hendry. No, I don't have Joe Hendry. He's just a thought. But the only thing I might not get Joe Hendry is because they don't have his music. And I don't have mods. Because I'm on Xbox, so I'm on PC. My brother could do mods if he had the game, because he plays PC. I'm a console guy, he's a PC guy. So he could do that, but I can't do that. Because I'm on Xbox. But I think there's going to be some good ones for Joe Hendry. Like motion people? Motions? Entered motions? I think there could be some good ones. But music, this is why I don't download Edge, because they don't have his music. If somebody has a good music, or that's what people think of every time they see the wrestler, I don't get those wrestlers. Because I want the music. That's why we don't get Edge. I never downloaded Edge on 2K24, and I'm not doing it on 2K25 because we don't have the music. We have the entrance motion, but we don't have the music. That's the hard part. I want to get Edge, but I want the music. But ladies and gentlemen, we got Io Sky and Jordan Grace versus Julia and Roxanne Perez. It was a pretty decent tag team match. I thought it was pretty great. But the winner of that match was Io Sky and Jordan Grace, because Jordan Grace and Julia was fighting into backstage. And then it was Io and Roxanne alone. And Roxanne tried her best. They were doing pinning after pinning after pinning. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was Io Sky. And she finally stopped with the problems between her and Roxanne Perez. She didn't stop Julia yet because Julia was in backstage fighting Jordan Grace. So she needs a little more fighting with Julia, because she didn't really stop her. She didn't pin her. So, yeah, I think there should be more for Julia. People are saying that WWE is doing something new for new stars coming to the main roster, because they want to be part of the tops, the trading cards thingy bobber. So they have these patches for the new people that's coming to the main roster. It might be in the future packs of these trading cards. So they wear these patches if they're going on Raw. They're red, and they have blue ones for SmackDown. So people are saying that Roxanne Perez and Julia was wearing one of these patches on their attires, on their boots, I believe. So does that mean they're getting called up to the main roster? I think it's a little too soon for Julia, but Roxanne could be. Not Julia. Julia should stay on NXT. We heard that Trick Williams will be on a TV show. American Warrior, something like that. I don't know. All American? I forgot what it was called. It's on the CW. Oh, man. I'm not really liking this heel Trick Williams. He likes to talk about himself too much now. Oh, man. Now I just want somebody to shut him up. That's all I want now. I want people to shut him up now. I hope Joe Hendry shuts him up. I don't know who's in these Battle Royals, man. I really don't. In this Battle Royal. There's going to be TNA stars. There's the Bulb guys. It could be LFG guys. Even even the Undertaker showed up on NXT to tell Oba Femi that there's younger guys that wants his title, and there was 3 of them behind Oba Femi. I don't know their names, but that was pretty cool for them. And they might be in the Battle Royal, could go for the NXT title. I don't think they will win. It has to be somebody. I don't think it will be Trick Williams. I think Trick Williams will be getting a TNA World title shot. He says he's the biggest star in NXT and now in TNA. I believe that's it. We need to talk about 2K25. 2K, please fix your game, man. Like, seriously. And give me my DLC for WrestleMania 41. We've been waiting. We waited. Taking forever now. They did it with last year's what? For WrestleMania 40. It took a while until they finally give it, and then everybody was happy, and then they got bored of it, and then they wait until the next DLCs, and then they get bored of those ones. Yeah, it gets some boring sometimes. At least in my faction, there's different ways of getting Persona cards, and there's different ways of get yourself entertained. Because last year it was just, if you want Persona cards, you had to do live events, or you buy them off the card store. But now this year, you have two ways of getting it: the live events or the world tour. I couldn't buy a Persona card off the card store, so I don't know if you could do that. But there's different ways of doing it. I got the Shield Seth Rollins off the world tour. I'm happy for that. There's some people on live event I can't get because I don't have that card. But World Tour, I got two guys that I really want to play as. The old CM Punk and the Shield Seth Rollins that can make the Shield. Like the old school Shield. I used Seth Rollins 2022. It didn't feel right because it wasn't the old school Shield. Now I do. I have the 2014 Shield. I had to download a Roman Reigns because they don't have the 2014 Shield. But yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I kind of did that backwards. And that's all for me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Ladies and gentlemen, we are almost at 100 subscribers. Like I said, I want my goal here is get 100 subscribers before summer, June, and you guys are crazy and doing it. I'm happy. I'm grateful. Oh my gosh, you guys are doing great. Great. You're doing great. I don't know what I'm saying, but you're doing great, and I love it. I'm hoping I entertain you guys with these videos. I try to be exciting because sometimes I do this early in the morning. I don't really have a timetable. I do this anytime it needs to be done. I don't have a timetable, so I could do it when I'm really tired. I could do it at midnight if I wanted to. But yeah, you guys are great at what you're doing. I'm happy. We're getting closer to my goal, 100 subscribers before summer. We have one more month. We're almost in the 90s, and then the 100. Oh, I can't wait. I hope you guys could do it. I hope we all could do it. Not just you guys. We all could do it because I had to do the videos. And you guys, I had to entertain you guys to make sure you guys subscribe, right? So I have a big part of this too. Everybody has a big part of this. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But thanks for the subscribing for this channel. I've been doing this for years. I've been having we have 1,000 videos up that you guys can watch that I messed up on because I don't have a script. I only have the list of matches that WWE gave us, but I don't have a script. So I could mumble. I could mess my words up because I do the raw footage for you guys. I don't do fake stuff. I could show you guys around my chair, see if there's any scripts. You never see me pull up a paper, looking at the paper. I'm just looking at my tablet because it's the matches we have. Because I might forget the matches. That part I might forget. And the segments. Because some of these segments are really important. Because it leads to a match for pay-per-view or PLE. So that's the only thing I do. I don't have a script. I don't have a script on my TV. I only have my Xbox home screen here. I'm looking at Roman Reigns right now. I'm on 2K25. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all me today. Time is out. See you guys tomorrow for AEW results. What we have for AEW? I don't know what we have. The Hurt Syndicate, I heard that we're going to see them. Kyle Fletcher versus Hangman Adam Page and the Owen Hart. I think the women's already have their final people. And that's Mercedes Moné, and I think Jamie hates her. I think. They already have their match for Double or Nothing. But they don't have the men's. I don't know why they waited so long to do the men's. But that's all for me today. That was help. Bye!